Everyone, and welcome back to the channel. So today's video, as you can tell by the title, is that we're going to be talking about my skin, and oh boy. So I've actually been wanting to film this video for quite a while now because I've made a really big progress on my skin personally, and I just feel like if I was to shed some light on it and use my, even just my little platform that I have here on YouTube, that I could hopefully just, I don't even know what I'm talking about. I'm going to be talking about my progress that I've made over the course of 3 years. And also, before we get on, this is not a video saying how to cure your acne, like this is it, like the #1 tips. No, I sat there in the exact same position and was scrolling YouTube, Google, everything I could find to try and help me. But honestly, you just have to find what works best for you because every skin is different, but it literally is. But I did use bits and pieces from like everyone, and then of course I did go to the dermatologist as well, but we'll get into that as well. So the type of acne and pimples that I suffered with was hormonal acne, and boy oh boy, that was not fun. And then I also did have oily to combination skin, which was just put like icing on the cake to the situation. It was really fun. So I think when it kind of started was about year 7, so start of high school. Yes, it was back in year 7, and I started to get pimples around like my forehead and kind of like my T-zone. So it's like your forehead through to your nose to your chin, and that was the most oiliest part of my skin, and that is where all the bacteria came from, and the pimples just was like, yes, let's go. Anyway, it was not kind to me, and I was very insecure about it, and I just thought that they were so ugly, and I never wanted like anyone to see them, and I always tried to cover up. That is why I started to wear makeup, and that is, I think, where my my passion and my love for makeup actually started. So thanks. And then I started wearing like powder and like just to try and cover up, like I was doing everything. And then I just felt like that wasn't enough, and I went to my mum and I was like, hey, can I like try foundation? And then when we went there, and I was like, the more acne I got, the more I wanted to put makeup on to try and cover up, because I just thought it was so abnormal, and because no one really in my year had pimples as like bad as I did. So I just thought, ew, I'm such a weirdo, I don't like this, like I need to like change. I was like, I need to get rid of these ASAP, but what can you do? Little year 7 me, it's okay. So now moving on to year 8, this is where I started to get more of a flare up, if you will. It was a really random time. I did go through a patch where I got depressed and anxious, and I didn't really want to come out of my room a lot. I just thought, you know what, no one can hurt me in here, no one can like judge me. If I'm just in my room all the time, then nothing will hurt me. Then that was the mindset that I went through for like months and months and months, until I had to like step back, and I was like, whoa. So this is when I started to get whiteheads and blackheads, and I started to get blind pimples and like in my hairline, and they were really on my cheeks as well, which I absolutely hated. Yeah, and so because I was having regular breakouts and I was getting more pimples, I decided to wear even more makeup. And the fact that I was already feeling so low that I had like these disgusting things on my face, and I literally couldn't do anything about it. I had kids at school calling me like cake face and all this stuff, and it just wasn't the nicest, and they just like pounded, like it was pounded into my head that like I was ugly, and like it wasn't nice to have it on, and I just felt so alone, because all of my friends would be like, oh my gosh, I have a pimple, like it's like, can you see it? And I was here with just like a full face. I was like, yeah. And then towards like the middle of year 8, I decided to go on several different medications, I think you could say. There was heaps of times I did go through 2 creams. I have no idea what they are called, but there were ones that they were meant to like dry out skin, because my skin was so oily that my oil glands were overproducing too much oil, and then that kind of, I don't actually know the science behind it, but it was not fun. So the medication that the doctors scripted me was doxycycline. So this is what they look like. They look like little yellow, cute little pills. just like that. And I just took one every morning, but the problem was these worked a treat for me. In the first like few months I had them, my skin like cleared up. It was looking amazing. I was so happy. Like I got back off the ground and I was like a new person. And then because I was taking these pills, I just felt the confidence that I could go to school without makeup. And I don't think, I know it's like such a like a simple little thing that just brushes over everyone's head, but because I'd been wearing makeup for school for 2 years, I think it was, that I was like, oh my gosh, like I feel like so brave in myself that I can go and face 100 and something kids plus without makeup on, because without makeup on I felt so vulnerable and I just felt like, you guys, words cannot describe. After a while my body started to get used to it and it was like, okay, we don't actually like you anymore, Taylor, here's some more pimples. And that is when we move up into year 9, and oh my god, this was the worst breakup and flare-up I've ever had in my life. It was horrific. You know, I'd go to school and they'd be like, oh, it's because like this, like, oh, it's when I do this, this happens to my skin. I was like, good for you, that's your skin, but this is me. But I went on many diets. I did one where I went like gluten-free, went dairy-free, all of these things, you know. I was like eating like doing like the eating clean diet, and I was like cancelling out this and doing this and eating more of this and having more vitamins and all this stuff. But because it was hormonal, it made no change. So in year 9, I didn't wear any makeup to cover it up because because mentally I was strong enough, like I said, but you know, I just would look at myself and be like, ew, but what can I do? But the dermatology that I go to is Lotus Dermatology, I think, in Newcastle. So yes, so I've been going to them since roughly, I think around September last year. And oh my god, we had a little talk together and we said these are the different plans that we go on and this is what can happen and this is the outcome. And I was sitting there and I was like, there is light at the end of the tunnel, because for the longest time I was like, it's never gonna get any better, I'm just gonna be stuck like this forever, no one's gonna like me, blah 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 blah. And it was just, I was just kept beating myself down about it all the time, like and then she decided to script me some Accutane. This, my friends, this has been my savior and my grace. Let me give you guys a little close up. There is always a but to every single situation. Then these little guys come into play. So, because this is such a heavy medication and is really strong and powerful, I had to take these prednisone. I think that's right. So the prednisone was meant to balance it out, because as soon as you take the Accutane, your skin can have a massive flare-up, and these were meant to help control it. So I did do that. We started, of course, we had a flare-up for a few weeks, and it was hard because I was like, this is meant to help me, but like, look at this has gotten worse. But you know, I stayed true to it. I stayed daily, I think. And also was saying that when I went on the Accutane, my skin went from being extremely oily to the point where my face looked wet all the time, to now being dry. And I was like, excuse me, what is this? So some of the side effects that I did experience with the Accutane is being extremely sensitive to the sun, my lips being consistently dry and like cracking. And I remember sitting in the dermatology room and the lady was like, okay, no scrubs, no toners, no this, no that, blah blah. And I was like, that is literally my whole skincare routine. And I was like, what am I meant to do now? This is going to be my updated skincare routine. So I'm gonna roll with that now. Welcome everyone to my skincare. So the first thing we do is of course pull that hair up and out of our face. So our first product is a cleansing gel from Prepare, and I'll also have the links down below as well for everything. And then just put it on your face and then wash it off afterwards. And then our next step is just moisturizing. I just do 1 pump of moisturizer and then rub it all over my face. And then in summer I will put sunscreen on, but it is dark outside, so I will not be doing that. Bye! Hi everyone, so I thought I'd just hop on here quickly and just say I'm sorry that it's so overexposed. It's just because I was filming it from my phone because I couldn't actually export it to the laptop, but just bear in mind and yeah, keep on watching. Thank you guys for watching. I know not my typical videos that I have posting on my channel, but I just feel I needed to shed some light on it. I wanted to share my journey with everyone, that we're still not done, we're still chugging along, but the light at the tunnel is like literally so close. I just have a few more months on it and then I'll be done. And to anyone out there that is struggling with acne, like literally any type, it could be like severe, medium to like a few little blemishes, you are beautiful and you are amazing. Stay strong because life just will throw you curveball after curveball, and you as a person have to stay mentally strong. I know you can do it because if I can do it, you can do it. And I don't mean that this is like a literally, I've been to hell and back. You can do it. I'm so proud of you. Anyway, I'll see you guys next week with a brand new video. Bye!